Benin, which is a tiny country in West Africa, more than 40 years ago. They wanted to start a new life in France and hoping to give their non-born yet child better options. The typical immigrant parent story. My brother, my sister, and I were born and raised in Bordeaux. And my parents really believed in the saying, in Rome, live like the Romans. In France, live like the French. They told us, yes, you were African descent, but you were born and raised here. So you have to embrace that culture. Which to me, anyway, was the only culture that I knew. So I didn't really question my Frenchness until I started traveling, playing tennis all over France. And some people started coming up to me and asking me, so, where are you from? And I would say, well, I'm from Bordeaux. And then they would look at me like, oh, she's so cute. And they would say, no, where are you really from? And let me tell you something. When people tell you, where are you really from, it's a nice way to tell you that even though your passport, your ID card say that you're French and that you speak perfect French, you don't belong here. But of course in France we don't speak about race because there's no racism in France, right? And it's written actually in our coins. Liberté, égalité, fraternité, which means freedom, equality, fraternity. Yeah. So then I said, okay, then I guess I don't belong here. Maybe it's Benin where I come from. So when we were going vacation there, I was like, okay, then this is where I belong. And people would address me this way. Hey, la blanche, faut venir ici, faut venir ici. Oui, toi, oui, c'est de toi que je parle. Which means, hey, little white girl, come here, come here. Yes, this is you, I want to talk to you. And I'd be like, excuse me, I'm not white, can't you tell? I mean, duh. And they will be, don't you live in France? Yeah. So to us, you're white. Don't even try to argue. It's not because you come once in a while to vacation here that you're from Benin. And I'm laughing now, but growing up, it got me so angry. I was so angry because I felt like I was in between. And it didn't matter where I was going. I didn't belong anywhere. And I had this resentment for many years. But eventually, things started to get better. I moved to America. And the first thing that was actually better is that people no longer were questioning my Frenchness. Actually, when I was saying, people were asking me where you're from, they would say, I would say, oh, I'm French. And girls would usually go like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. I love France, I love Paris. And the guys would go, wow, French girls are so sexy. Actually, I know only one sentences in French, which is, voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Which I will not translate for those who didn't understand. I'm sick of doing this. And I really started to solve my identity issues when actually I started to observe the African American community, and what I realized is that they were even more messed up than I was. And I remember one day sitting in the cafeteria, and literally you could see the black sitting together, the black sitting together, the light black sitting together, the light not so light sitting together, and what we have no idea what the hell we are, black sitting together. And I was like, actually, this is 50 Shades of Black. And that's when I realized, and I told myself, this whole identity issue is stupid, Jennifer. You shouldn't be questioning where you belong, because the real question is not about where you come from, if you were, ooh, nobody likes me, the people from Benin don't like me, and the French tell me that I'm not French. I was born in between two cultures. And I had two options from that time. Either I could throw up for myself a pity party and feel sorry about my upbringing, or I could just decide that this was the basis of my identity, and that what determined myself as a person is what I will do with that, how I will use these two forces to make the best out of my life. And that moment was a defining moment. This is when I realized that I should use that. And from that point, I never looked back. And I never let anything or anyone tell me that I didn't belong here, or I wasn't that person, or whatever the hell they want to tell me. I just decided to be me. And after wandering around for 10 years all over, I do not think that ending up in Istanbul, which I think is, as well, in between city, is a coincidence. And there's no coincidence that I feel so comfortable, even though people call it chaotic. I just love it here. When people used to tell me that I was not French enough, I guess they were right in a way. When people called me the white girl, yeah, it's a bit far-fetched, but somehow they were right as well. And it doesn't matter if you don't fit in any of the boxes that people want you to be in. It doesn't matter if you're different, because what I've learned in life is that at the end of the day, you can create your own box. Thank you.